So Klaus Schwab, picture here, and the World Economic Forum have decided to come together to employ truth warriors. These people are to come into any sort of online forum that they believe spreads disinformation. Now, disinformation or non-truth is everything that goes against their narrative. And they're here to come in, pretend to be one of us, and then listen to what you're saying, and then if they believe it to be going against the narrative, they'll earmark whatever platform it is. Say, for instance, it's a YouTuber, it's somebody from some other platform that they can yeet, and they'll just get the thing banned. They don't want any dissenting opinions. Now, I don't know if you think back in history, they have very similar things when Nazism was coming to power. They then got rid of a lot of papers with the disinformation. They set up the Ministry for Truth. There was a paper that was incredibly anti-Semitic called gestapo. That was a guy who literally, he spread untold lies and hatred and riled the entire country up to think that Jews were not human, that Jews carried diseases, that Jews were bad for the country, and that Jews would be treated, well, you all know what happened. So that was where it started over in Germany. But over here, and all the countries within the European Union and a load of other Western countries have to censor, going forward, dissenting opinion, because don't forget, they want us to have a lot more vaccinations for polio, for coronavirus, for, I don't know, they'll come up with a load more, monkeypox, whatever. Because vaccinations and the spreading out of vaccinations and getting people vaccinated, this makes a lot of money to certain people. And there's other reasons behind it I can't mention. But you could probably work it out for yourself. But yeah, these people, 110,000 of them so far, and that I would imagine it will grow, will be spread out across the internet, and they will literally go through things like Discord servers, other servers similar to that. As I say, all of the so-called truthers on YouTube, a lot of people on YouTube that are just talking common sense, won't be allowed, and they'll come in and they'll yeet it. So just be prepared for that. If your favorite YouTuber gets binned out, who knows, it could have been one of Klaus's little stormtroopers coming in and deciding that you're guilty of wrong thing and purging you. But I don't know what you think about it. It's what I expect. This is the war going forward, and the war is now for information. They gave us the internet so that they could track us, but they didn't really take into account just how much we'd use the internet against them. Now, this is a problem. Now, some of you may or may not be aware that one of the other ideas of the Economic Forum is to take away our phones, right, and our computers, and only give it to people who need it for work, and their work can provide it, but there'll be no personal computers and phones. But you can bet, I'll bet a pound to a pinch of shit, that you'll be allowed a TV on the wall. Now, the reason that they don't want us to have phones and computers is there is a shortage of precious metal. So we would give back our old computers and our old phones, and this would help with the need for this lacking in metals or whatever. And if you believe that, I'll tell you one about Dumbo being able to fly. However, the whole purpose is that we've got carried away with spreading stuff, and they're losing control. So they're going to take it back. But as I said, you'd be allowed a TV, and the TV would only be able to pick up state channels, and state channels would tell you exactly what they want you to know. So we would be back to like the 3 channels we had with the BBC when we believed everything they said, because we did back then. And this is the plan, I'm fairly sure. And I don't know what you think of it. To be honest, if they said you had to have a TV in the house, I'd rip the fucking thing off the wall and smash it up. I will go against them in any way I can, because any good idea that they come up with, we now know is a bad idea. If they say you must get vaccinated because of this reason, really? If they say you need to do this and do that and do the other, and then you find out years later that it was a bad thing, because how many times in the past did they say, you've got to stop eating this, or you must start eating that, or you've got to do this, and it turned out that it was a bag of shit. We all know that they're psychos, absolute psychopaths, that have nothing but the hatred for the pit of their heart for us. So, I will be going against everything they do, unless they say, yeah, if they came up with something saying like, don't run under the front of a car, I'd have to go along with that, because that's probably common sense. But for the rest of it, you have to employ common sense nowadays, and that seems to be quite a rarity. And that's why a few YouTubers give you as best information as they can and hope you use it as well as you can. But there's so many people that want to come out and comment against what I'm saying. Now, I don't mind a bit of argument. I don't mind people coming out and put me wrong or put me right if I am wrong. But there will be people that will be coming into the comments of stuff and really harshly pushing their narrative. Can you imagine? All these useless, ugly Karens that had no purpose have now got a purpose. And they'll be able to do it all from their own homes. Yes, these miserable, ugly, wretched childs of Satan will be on the internet ruining everybody's fun, taking away everybody's facts and truth, and giving you a sanitized, political, as long as it agrees with the narrative, version of what should be. Now, I'm led to believe there was a country within the Iron Curtain, behind the Iron Curtain, back in the 70s, that actually had speakers on some of the corners of the main streets, literally pumping out propaganda during the day. Can you imagine that? Well, what's what your BBC's for? That's what your CNN, your ABC and all the rest of it. CNN, whatever the fuck, I don't know. Pick your letters. Can you imagine if they did that in the future? All well. I'm tired anyway, but I can't get it. How did we ever get to this? Anyway, chin up. We're near 50,000. I reckon they'll yeet me at 49.99. That's what I reckon. Just for the fun of it, they'll get rid of it. Whatever. Anyway, I'll see you soon.